my time and it's definite. I will never miss.
Debit list, no credit fixed, where fiends won't fail to misuse. They settled on a corner with magazines, they ain't selling issue. Told them not to meddle with it as the lead excels through tissue. Said that I will never miss, ironic I'll forever miss you. While you was in a cell, I feel I bailed, all we had was distance. And you took a hit, your liver failed, but the habit didn't.
What's going on, YouTube? Listen, we got a very, very special one on deck. Joyner Lucas and Jelly Roll have come together to collaborate. We're making history on this. I can't wait to check this out. It's none other than Best For Me. But before we get any further, listen, I want to give a quick shout out to that song in the intro. It's called My Time with Kxng Crooked, out now, absolutely killing it on all the streaming sites. You want to support me, support the channel directly. We got bars, we got wordplay, we got a message, something that really hits home for me. I'll put all links to check that out below. Also, shout out to the merch. If you like what I'm wearing, guys, KnoxMusic.com. We got hats, we got hoodies, we got everything that you need. Get your gear right now. Another great way to support. Again, all links down there. But anyways, know what we're here for. Joyner, Jelly, step up to the plate. Let's see what you got.
How can you love someone and learn to let them go? How can we fall apart on things we'll never know?
I'll tell you what, man, Jelly Roll has one hell of a voice, and just like, it's so effortless. When he hits those last notes and he slides up in his range and then it just reverberates in the mix, that just sent chills down my spine. It's haunting, man. What a great delivery, great voice.
On things we'll never know. Isn't it funny you can change your ways for someone to fill in your empty space? Tell me, is it really love if you have to ask if they'll stay?
Little bit of a country guitar underneath of the mix right there, just adding a different element and sauce to a Joyner Lucas track.
If you have to ask if they'll stay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got somebody I love, someone who's really important to me, but now they addicted to drugs. Someone who not who they used to be, and we ain't been keeping in touch. I ain't gonna say any names at all, cause I don't want no one to judge. But I wrote the song.
I love how the percussion just accompanies those last 4 syllables of his line, man. Keeping in touch, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, addicted to drugs. And you just hear how the drummer's percussion just hits to accentuate those notes. And Joyner Lucas, he's a master of this delivery now. It's not like Lyrical Miracle where he just speeds through like 3 or 4 bars fast. It's 1 bar fast, and then he just like gear shifts down towards the end. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And he's got a great sense of control. And just this flow that he's just matured through the years of this like fast spitter flow, but it's not too much. Like he lets it marinate at the end of the line. Then he taps back in with it with that gear. Then he shifts down. And he's using the percussive hits right now too to just really bring it out, man. And what a hell of a shot right here. A dude who looks like he's ODing. You got the pills next to him.
Keeping in touch. I ain't gonna say any names at all, cause I don't want no one to judge. But I wrote the song, I hope when they hear it, they'll never forget who they was. I hope you feeling your spirit enough. I wanna just tell you I love you in case that you really don't hear it as much. I know we ain't talked in a while, but fuck it, I really don't care what it was. I wanna reach out, but you keep on shutting me down. You ain't been caring as much. What the fuck happened to you? You losing a fight. I never thought I'd see the day that you let addiction ruin your life. Everyone calling that shit a disease and making you feel like you in the right. But I hate the fact that you really be using that as an excuse to do what you like or do what you might.
Everyone calls it a disease, but I hate the fact that you use it as an excuse to do what you like. That's an interesting way to put that, because at first he's like setting it up. He's in a storytelling bag, which is great to hear Joyner back in this lane. But then right there, it just sounds a little unempathetic, you know, because addiction really is a disease, but Joyner doesn't seem to grapple with that from his perspective and his side of the story, because this is what he's witnessing and what he's seeing. Interesting. Let's see where he goes with this.
Right, but I hate the fact that you really be using that as an excuse to do what you like or do what you might. And I keep on praying and reaching for you. I hope you look in the mirror and see all the things I've been seeing in you. Hope your reflection will send you a message and show you this shit is much deeper than you. If you don't believe in yourself, then you
hope your reflection will send you a message and let you know this shit is much deeper than you. That's a hell of a line right there.
Hope your reflection will send you a message and show you this shit is much deeper than you. If you don't believe in yourself, then you'll never believe in somebody believing in you. When I gotta tell you the truth.
If you don't believe in yourself, you'll never believe in somebody who believes in you. I mean, look, I don't want to go here, but hey, it looks like this song is going to send me here. I mean, you guys know I just lost my cousin very recently to an overdose. And one of the biggest things as he became addicted, and it really is a disease, but over the years, it was his insecurities, right? He hated himself. He had just no confidence in the world. And it was like his equilibrium was the drugs. That's the only way that he could function and have any sense of normality. And I think the deeper rooted psychological issues there were just really that self-hate. But he was so aware of it too at the same time. He knew that, he wasn't right. And he knew and he wanted things to change. But it was like the addiction was what his body had developed to, was what he relied upon. He didn't do it because it was going to make it better in the end. He knew it wasn't going to make things better. He wanted to get out of it. But, when he was sober, he had just such insecurity and such anxiety and just this overwhelming sense of angst with everything. And I think there's so much deeper levels to it when you look at someone who's dealing with addiction. Anyways.
Like or do what you might. And I keep on praying and reaching for you. I hope you look in the mirror and see all the things I've been seeing in you. Hope your reflection will send you a message and show you this shit is much deeper than you. If you don't believe in yourself, then you'll never believe in somebody believing in you. And I gotta tell you the truth, cause I'm about to lose it. And you in denial about it and just wanna make up a million excuses. Tearing our family apart, but you leave a scar and everyone bruises. Every decision affecting us all, and if you get lost, then everyone loses. For real. And I'ma be next to leave. I know that God got a plan and you ain't fulfilling your destiny. Much as I need you, I will not be sticking around or watching you rest in peace. I promise I love you, but I gotta do what's best for me.
How can you love someone?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like sort of not as empathetic right there. Like, I don't want to stick around and watch you rest in peace. So instead of being here to support you almost, it's like, I know what you're doing and you're not helping yourself. So if you're not going to help yourself, then I'm not going to help you. So I'm going to walk away. So yeah, that is... you could say that's a little callous, but if Joyner's been through it and you see him like going through, like breaking into the security deposit box, stealing his money, probably to go get another hit, you have this confrontation. Interesting first verse from Joyner.
Rest in peace, I promise I love you, but I gotta do what's best for me.
How can you love someone and learn to let them go? How can we fall apart on things we'll never know?
That's a really dope line. How can we fall apart on things we'll never know? When a relationship breaks down because you're worried about the future and insecurities and you don't know where things might go, so maybe you pull the parachute cord early. Like, that makes me think about that from that line. Things we'll never know. Because we didn't get to see the relationship through, so therefore it fell apart because of a prediction of something that hasn't happened yet, but that you're worried will happen in the future. Anyways.
Can we fall apart on things we'll never know? Isn't it funny you can change your ways for someone to fill in your empty space? Tell me, is it really love if you have to ask if they'll stay?
Look, I know you've been calling for me. You hit on my phone, but I've been alone so long I'm harder to reach. I know you ain't saying any names, but I got a feeling you talking to me. I hate when these demons get in on my soul.
I know you ain't saying any names because in that first verse he said, I'm not going to mention your name, but you'll know if I'm talking to you. So now this is the other perspective. It reminds me a lot of I'm Not Racist from Joyner. And you got two sides of the story and this conversation happening. And it's a very clever setup to the verse. You set it up so we're breaking the fourth wall. We're listening to it. We're following the song. But it's really a conversation between two people and directed back and forth to them.
I know you ain't saying any names, but I got a feeling you talking to me. I hate when these demons get in on my soul. I feel like I'm caught in the beast. How do I let go of something I know is bigger and stronger than me? If I could be honest, I'll tell you the truth. I'm not who you want me to be.
Can I let go of something that's bigger and stronger than me? I think that's it, man. And I've talked about this before. Like, we're all human, right? I really, truly believe that if you stack enough weights, we all have different pressure points, right? And sometimes it can just be the wrong place at the wrong time. But that one pivotal moment can just forever change our circumstances and our outlooks. And if you put enough stresses, enough anxiety on someone's plate, like, nobody is bulletproof. We all need help sometimes and we all can collapse. And unfortunately, with addiction and drugs, your body develops such a reliance upon them. It's such a mountain to overcome because that becomes your new homeostasis. That becomes your new way of just being, and you can't function without it.
It's bigger and stronger than me. If I could be honest, I'll tell you the truth. I'm not who you want me to be. Nobody is perfect, not even you. So why you keep targeting me? I feel like we can't even have a genuine convo without you starting to preach. I feel like a dog on a leash. It's not what I need. Living that hell, wondering when I gotta leave. Like, how can I breathe? How you gonna talk?
When you're starting to preach, I feel like a dog on a leash. And that's the thing, when you're an addict, you know you're going through it, right? And it's so hard. And I felt that too sometimes. And I know a lot of my family members felt that way. Like, then you start feeling guilty because it's hard to communicate without feeling like you're speaking down on someone, like you are preaching, like you really want to help them so desperately, and you just want to like shake them and just all of a sudden make it right, but you can't make it right. And because of that, and because of your own frustrations, it comes out in the wrong way. And to that person, it can feel like you're preaching to them.
Not what I need. Living in hell, wondering when I gotta leave. Like, how can I breathe? How you gonna tell me addiction's not a disease? Fuck do you mean? If it's not a disease, then why has it gotten to me? It's not what it seems. But you always be making me feel like the problem is me. I'm not gonna be who you want me to be. Like God decided for me. And speaking of God, how the fuck you know all of the plans he's got for me? So give me a break. I've been inching away from trying to get out of this dream. I'm drifting away. How come you only there for me when I be trying to get clean? My biggest mistake is me wishing that things were different. I felt like the drugs is made for sinning. That's why I've been stuck in the same position. Fuck. I'm falling, but I cannot budge. Been wondering why I'm in love with a strange addiction. And why the fuck you always playing a victim? A lot of this shit that you hate to mention. It sucks that I had to taint your vision. But ain't nothing left for me, so you can...
I mean, it just hits on a different level, doesn't it? Because you start thinking about your own situation. And I think, especially with my cousin, and I'm not going to mention names here because I'm going to respect the privacy of my family. But, you know, the biggest turning point is when he turned and he went, you know, I don't want to be like this. You think that I'm happy living this way. You know, I do have a disease and I'm trying to get well, but the cure is not so easy. And it's a process. And it takes time, and there's so many setbacks, and it's so hard. And I think especially right here when he's talking about, you know, you're only here when I want to get clean, right? You're only here when I'm trying to like have a turning point. But, you know, true love, and you think about Jelly Roll's hook, and the meaning of this song is, you know, being there through it all, you know, through the worst times, through the darkness and the dark clouds, being there during those moments of addiction and crisis, not just the moments when we're trying to just turn and be clean. And do that. And then like I commented on with Joyner's first verse, like not understanding the disease and that perspective. And then this is getting flipped back on it. Like those holes in that logic are getting pointed out right now. Right. And it's almost like Joyner, I'm not going to be here to watch you rest in peace. Well, then you're making it about yourself. And that's what, you know, the person who's addicted is pointing out. You know, you have this victim mentality. You're making yourself the victim in this scenario when the victim is right here in front of you. That's powerful, man.
That things were different. I felt like the drugs is made for sinning. That's why I've been stuck in the same position. Fuck. I'm falling, but I cannot budge. Been wondering why I'm in love with a strange addiction. And why the fuck you always playing a victim? A lot of this shit that you hate to mention. It sucks that I had to taint your vision. But ain't nothing left for me, so you can just quit addressing me. I guess it's just my destiny. So take me as I am, or let me be. Tired of you stressing me, cause shit I gotta do is best for me.
How can you love someone and learn to let them go?
Just like Joyner had to do what's best for him at the end of that first verse. At the end of the second verse, you have that mirror writing. You know, the addict has to do what's best for them.
How can we fall apart on things we'll never know? Isn't it funny you can change your ways for someone to fill in your empty space? Tell me, is it really love if you have to ask if they'll stay? How can you love someone and learn to let them go? How can we fall apart?
Beautiful strings at the back of this mix right here. Again, there's been just dope things in the production, like the change ups, that second verse with the piano, and then there's a little bit of a vocal sample underneath. It's setting the perfect mood. It's haunting, it's sad, it's tragic, it's thoughtful, it's deep.
To let them go. How can we fall apart on things we'll never know? Isn't it funny you can change your ways for someone to fill in your empty space? Tell me, is it really love if you have to ask if they'll stay?
Yeah. I really like the writing on this, the storytelling perspective of looking at a situation from two different sides. Someone who's trying to be there and help like a friend, and someone really going through it. And obviously I'm going to connect to my own personal experience. And, you know, I'm struggling for words here because it's still fresh and it's still like, I mean, he was trying to get there. He was trying to clean up, man. He got out. He had a job. He had a girlfriend. 3 months clean. In just one moment. One fucking moment. And that's it. If you're going through it, you know, if you're watching this and this touches you in some way, you know someone, please know that you are not alone. And there's people who are willing to help. And it is a process. And there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with who you are as a person. It's the addiction. It's the drugs. And you need help to overcome it. And don't be afraid to seek that help. And if you're someone who's supporting someone going through it too, patience, empathy, you need it. It's a process. Amazing track from Joyner. Incredible hook from Jelly Roll. Love the production on that. You were Knox Hill certified. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay positive. It's Wally Knox Hill. I'll catch you again.